So too are thousands of people in Michiana. Our
I
phones
understand it's kind of blowing up.
Yeah, so our phone has been ringing in the newsroom, apparently, our producer says. And so for those of you just joining us, we've had 3 poems from Gary Sieber, which is normal. We see his poetry every Saturday. But there is something different in these poems today than normal. It's the first time you do
anything that I've ever done.
Okay, so I can't get in. Somebody just texted me and said, he's not named anyone in all 3 so far.
That's not it. Because I have a lot of poems that don't name anyone. So you pointed out earlier that all the poems end with an exclamation point. My last poem will tell you what's different. Okay? So do you want to see it?
I do.
All right,
I'm
here we
kicking
go.
myself.
Let's show it. The weather could be worse.
All right.
AI, with knowledge so vast, wrote limericks both clever and fast. With a click and a rhyme, it could do it each time, and its poems were always a blast.
You
and by
didn't
the way,
write these?
AI wrote this poem. It wrote every poem today.
What?
It did. And I went to ChatGPT and I said, hey, write a limerick about somebody burning their leaves this morning.
Oh, my goodness.
Write a limerick about, and this was the fun one. I said, write a limerick about AI writing a limerick. And it did. Okay.
That is what?
And I do this for a couple of reasons. One, it was kind of fun and it produced a little discussion. But second is to point out, in my view, how incredibly dangerous artificial intelligence is becoming.
This is true.
Because, you know, when we talk about like people being, you know, sort of replaced with AI, this is an example. I mean, all I had to do was just type in, say, hey, write a limerick about whatever. And you got students out there saying, write an essay about whatever, and it spits it out. And it's different every time. It just puts it in, right? And
Gary is making a statement today.
I'm making a statement. I'm telling you, you know, AI is very useful. It has a lot of great uses, but in terms of the arts and writing and education, it has some real implications for us as a society. So I just wanted to show you that, I mean, these are pretty funny. They're not bad, you know. Some of them lack a little bit of local knowledge, but hey, it did the job and nobody noticed it this morning. I didn't write any of them, and that's the difference. I've written every poem that I've ever put on the air, and not today. All of those were computer generated. Notre Dame Stadium this morning, 49 degrees, cloudy skies. Going to stay that way for most of the day today. Up in St. Joe, Michigan, the same recipe. You can see how just incredibly level the waves are out there. I mean, there are no waves. It's just clear as glass out there. 49 degrees as well as we look up along the lakeshore this morning. Clouds hanging in there around all of Michiana. We're going to widen out and show you that this is all of really the lower Great Lakes, the Ohio River Valley. A little bit clearer if you do go out to Virginia, where the Cavaliers, of course, are from, visiting today. Then we're going to swing out west and show you this big storm system out here. Big area, trough of low pressure, and of course this is spinning the other direction. So all of this will be coming our way eventually, and that's what will drop our temperatures as we head toward late this week. Notre Dame versus Virginia, the Wahoos, the Who's, the Cavaliers, call them what you want. It's 3:30 kickoff here on WNDU. Temperatures in the low to mid 50s throughout the day, and it should be dry. So you definitely want to take something that will keep you warm, because it does get chilly, but the wind won't be as much of a factor as last week, and rain should not be in the forecast. Look at our temperatures, departure from normal. We're much above normal today, and tomorrow should actually be highs in the mid 40s for this time of year, and we'll of course see mid 50s today, near 60 tomorrow, near 60 again on Monday. But here's that system that I'm talking about. That really comes through here very quickly on Tuesday into Wednesday. That colder air starts coming down the backside of that, and so it sets up the likelihood of some showers or possibly some lake effect snow as we get later in the week. It won't show up on future track, but I'll show you the clouds here, which could break up a little bit by game time, so we may see a few rays of sunshine before the end of the game today. Later on tonight, we might see a few sprinkles in the late night hours, early morning tomorrow, but only a few light little sprinkles. That kind of starved for moisture as it comes through. A better chance as we get into Monday late in the day, and an even better chance as we get into Tuesday. You can see that warm front that comes through first, and there's the trailing cold front that produces the likelihood of some cold weather toward the end of this week, with highs only in the low 40s, maybe even high 30s by next weekend.
I am really, first off, I'm impressed that AI is able to do that, but you see, now that I look back at it, I'm like, okay, I can see it.
Yeah. Now
It's
you can kind of look back and you can say, yeah, it just lacked a little bit of detail, a little this, a little that.
Very much,
But if I hadn't told you, nobody would have known.
Would have not had a clue. I didn't have a clue. And a lot of you didn't either. AI is something else. I tell you that. Okay, so we have an actual reporter, no AI involved. Emma Brott, she's going to be joining us coming up after the break from Near the Tailgating Live.